Remember Professor Quirrell, the nervous turban-wearing defense against the dark arts teacher? He seemed almost comical at first glance, a far cry from the powerful wizards we expected in that role. But beneath that facade of timidity lay a deep well of insecurity. Quirrell craved respect, recognition, perhaps even power. He felt overlooked, inadequate, and desperate to prove himself. This internal struggle made him fertile ground for manipulation. His vulnerability wasn't just a character quirk, it was a gaping hole, a void that a predator like Voldemort could easily exploit. Quirrell's desire to be significant blinded him to the immense danger he was inviting. It's a chilling reminder that seeking power without inner strength can lead to utter destruction. On the other side of this equation was Lord Voldemort, the most feared dark wizard of all time, reduced to a spectral, powerless existence. His attempt to kill baby Harry Potter had backfired spectacularly. He was less than a ghost, unable to interact with the world, utterly dependent. His fragmented soul, torn by Horcruxes, was perhaps more susceptible to this parasitic existence. He was a being of pure will and malice, seeking any anchor in the physical world. His need was as profound as Quirrell's, but born of a fall from terrifying power, not a lack of it. How exactly did Quirrell and Voldemort meet? The books tell us Quirrell took a year off to travel. He sought direct experience, perhaps hoping to bolster his credentials or find ancient magic. This quest led him to Albania, a place known for its dark forests and hidden dangers. It was there, in the depths of the Albanian forests, that Quirrell encountered the weakened Voldemort. He saw the perfect opportunity. Voldemort didn't offer a partnership of equals. He offered a solution to Quirrell's problems. He promised power, recognition, the chance to be part of something great and terrible. He played on Quirrell's deepest desires and fears. Quirrell, perhaps flattered, perhaps terrified, perhaps genuinely believing he could control the situation, succumbed. This wasn't a negotiation, it was a takeover, initiated by exploiting a desperate man's vulnerabilities. What followed was a horrifying form of cohabitation. Voldemort didn't just possess Quirrell, he became a part of him, living on the back of his head, sharing his body, his senses, his very life force. It was a constant, invasive presence. Quirrell became utterly dependent on Voldemort, not just for the power he was promised, but physically and mentally. Voldemort's will was constantly pressing against his own. He couldn't escape. The Dark Lord was literally attached to him. This physical bond mirrored the psychological one. Voldemort, in turn, depended on Quirrell for mobility, for interaction with the world, for the ability to pursue his goals. He needed Quirrell's body to find the Sorcerer's Stone, but this dependence was one-sided in terms of control. Voldemort was always the master. He forced Quirrell to commit terrible acts, stealing from Gringotts, attempting to steal the stone, even attempting to kill Harry Potter. Each act further bound Quirrell to him, deepening his complicity and making it harder to turn back. Voldemort skillfully isolated Quirrell, making him rely solely on the Dark Lord's guidance and approval. While Voldemort was the dominant force, he too was weakened by this arrangement. He was dependent on Quirrell's body, which was not a strong or healthy host. Quirrell's physical limitations became Voldemort's limitations. He couldn't perform magic at his full strength. So what can we, as Potterheads analyzing this story, learn from the chilling dynamic of Quirrell and Voldemort? This partnership is more than just a plot device to introduce Voldemort. It's a profound cautionary tale woven into the fabric of the first book. It's a stark reminder that aligning yourself with evil, even if you believe you can control it or benefit from it, will ultimately consume you. Quirrell thought he could handle Voldemort, but he was utterly mistaken. The Quirrell-Voldemort partnership, though confined primarily to the first book, remains one of the most chilling and iconic elements of the Harry Potter saga. It introduced us to the true nature of Voldemort's evil, not just his power but his ability to corrupt and destroy from within. It showed us that the greatest dangers aren't always obvious monsters. Sometimes they are hidden behind a stutter and a turban, lurking in the vulnerabilities of seemingly ordinary people. It set a dark tone for the series, establishing that the fight against Voldemort would involve not just spells and duels, but battles against fear, manipulation, and the darkness within ourselves and others. This alliance serves as a powerful, unforgettable warning. It teaches us to look beyond appearances, to value inner strength over external power, and to be incredibly cautious about the paths we choose and the company we keep. It's a lesson that resonates far beyond the walls of Hogwarts.